Welcome to DRULcast, where you can play till you drool.
Yo, DRULcast, play till you drool. You better tune in, you don't wanna be a fool. True Eyes and J-Spin, gaming on a PC and Xbox 360. Achievement whoring is the only way. Getting headshots on a nice sunny summer day. Zombie stalking, this podcast talking. DRULcast is here, so tune in often. Yeah, welcome to DRULcast. Yeah, welcome to DRULcast.
I'm not a big fan. Paulatina is in... What is this? Kid Icarus. And she's in Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS, which is probably why I recognize her. I don't really like the Mii fighters. Yeah, they're cool, but whatever. Not a big
It's kind of like if I got nothing else to do and I see them, I'll pick them up.
If
they have a lot of Animal Crossing.
I gotta get
good.
I gotta get Pikmin and Olimar.
They're gonna get you good.
Pikmin and Olimar and all of the Yoshis.
You'll be buying a new 3DS real soon.
I've been
get you
no lie, like I've been debating
good. Huh?
Tom Nook, I would probably get. Both of the Yoshis are fucking amazing. All of the Yoshis look awesome, actually. The Yoshi where he's walking away, and then the Yoshi that's just kind of standing there, awesome.
Yeah.
At the stands, all of the
Yoshi
stands just bother me. You should. I think you have the standing one, the red bottom one.
Let me look.
Yeah, they have a lot of Animal Crossing ones, and that makes sense because there's like a lot of neighbors, I guess.
I have
I want
the
too.
standing with the red bottom.
Yeah.
I don't have the other one was long gone by the time I showed up.
That's
the Super Smash Bros. One.
Yeah, that's the.
I would get Wario too. If I could find Wario, but that's not gonna happen.
Wario?
It sucks because it just came out 5/29. How did I miss that? When I bought my what's it called like right after that. Bought my Wii U right after that.
Are any of yours considered rare?
I think only the Silver Mario.
Really? That's rare?
I think so.
I saw like a stack of them. The day after they came out, I saw a bunch of them.
Maybe people just don't want them.
But I mean, that was a while ago. I don't know. Maybe now they're officially considered rare. That everybody.
What's Chibi Robo?
Chibi Robo is a little robot that he plugs himself into things.
Chibi Robo series.
That's coming out.
Yeah.
Chibi Robo's cool. Not really for me. I played a couple of their games. You have the Diddy Kong one, right? I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I got Diddy. And
Diddy's
Donkey.
Awesome. Bowser has so many like renditions, so many different versions.
He is so heavy.
I believe it. Just looking at it, you can tell.
Yeah.
Which one do you have? The red bottom one?
Yeah, Super Mario Bowser.
The Super Mario series.
Yeah, the red one.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh, the other one hasn't come out yet. Oh no, it did. February.
Yeah, it did.
It just I see it like available February 2015. The other ones all have days on them though.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what you mean.
For some reason.
I want to know what these cards are.
I think it's pretty obvious what the cards are.
Huh. No, it's not because it's coming out with this new game for. See,
they're Amiibo cards. So
Animal Crossing is coming out with a new game called Happy Home Design Amiibo Features. Wait.
Yeah. Animal
Crossing Happy Home Designer. That's what it's called. And then Amiibo cards. I guess you got to use these to like design shit. Like I don't know.
I don't know what the cards do, but it's like an Amiibo, but in a card instead of
a card form.
Yeah, instead.
That's what they should do for all of them, so that you could use it and then still keep your Amiibo in a box.
Oh, okay. I guess.
Right.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. No, I don't know.
Are you ready to record?
Oh, I think we are recording.
Oh, hi everybody.
You are, right?
Yeah, I'm recording. Okay. What's going on, friends? What's up, gamers? And welcome to DRULcast 109. Right?
I think so.
Yeah, 109. Sorry about last week. Scheduling issues and life. But Gamescom is this week.
Yeah. Exciting.
Which means next week's show should be full of great news. And I had a guest lined up for today, but I think we're gonna put him on hold for next week.
Okay.
Next week because all right. So just to be clear, I've been playing a shit ton of Rocket League with this person, and he's really good. But we're gonna put it on hold till next week because I also want Mark to be a part of this episode, which is gonna be pretty funny.
Okay.
So, because he's also been playing. So, for anybody who's been following our YouTube series, me and rather Mark and I have been playing a lot of Rocket League. And yeah, so I don't want to really talk about Rocket League today because that's gonna be for next week. Or
So you have nothing to talk about. Is what you're saying?
oh no, yeah, pretty much. No, I've been playing something.
I want some pizza. Don't you want pizza right now? Something pizza sounds good.
I think any time in life somebody asks you if you want pizza, the answer should be yes.
Yeah, have you? I never turned down pizza. Have you? Unless it's like a pizza I don't like. You know what I mean?
Look who
Like,
you're
oh,
asking.
this has like everything on it. It's like, no, I'm good. I don't want that.
I'll just pick off what you don't want and enjoy the rest of it.
No. Sometimes it taints the entire taste though.
Yeah, I'll agree with that if there's olives. I hate olives and like
Dude,
the
olives
juice.
aren't that bad.
Dude, the juice that they leave behind on pizza. Ugh.
No, I don't put olives on pizza.
So gross.
There's no
Well, me
reason for
neither.
that.
But whenever there's like olive pizza or pizza available and there's olives on it, I'm like, oh man, like, but it's a pizza. And then I'm like, maybe I'll just have a bite. And then I bite it. I'm like, ugh.
You don't like olives?
I hate olives.
Like, I like olives.
I saw an olive the other day that I didn't even know was olive. My wife got it and it was in her salad. I'm like, what the fuck type of olive is this?
Yeah.
It was like a big peanut looking thing.
Oh yeah.
It was a weird.
I just
olive.
I like black olives. I don't know if I.
Those are the ones that I hate.
Yeah,
I don't.
I like
The
those
green
ones.
ones with the thing, the red thing in it, the tomato thing in it. I'm good.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. The fancy
Okay.
stuffed ones. I just like the basic black one, like Lindsay olives. Isn't that the brand or whatever?
I don't even know because I don't like.
Well, that's the one I like.
They're shunned.
Well, I mean, I don't eat many olives. I don't know. It's weird. We don't see them anymore. I think it was an '80s thing.
Olives.
Yeah, it was more.
I think
80s.
they're still around.
I mean, they are, but it was like I remember like Thanksgiving or Christmas. Like there was always like a dish of olives. You know what I mean? Like if somebody wanted a couple.
Like for
whatever reason.
like the green ones or the black.
The black
ones.
ones.
Okay.
But I haven't seen that in a long time, and I'm thinking it was just kind of like an '80s thing, you know. You don't really see olives anymore. At least I don't. Maybe I'm not paying attention.
I was born in the '80s, so I don't know.
Right,
I was almost in the '90s.
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like, I feel like, I mean, it was popular into the '90s, but I feel like it carried, like, the popularity in the '90s was from what carried over from the '80s. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how much I'm gonna cut off from the beginning of our recording, but Jack has already agreed, and it's on record that whenever he goes and buys the green yarn or blue yarn or pink yarn Amiibo Yoshi, he's buying two.
That's what you want me to do.
That's what I want you to do.
Cause you want them.
I want them, man. Those are the only Amiibos that I've been like, holy shit, these are awesome. This right here is
cool.
awesome.
I don't
Because
know how awesome they are.
I don't know why they're the only ones that really pulled me in. All of them look great, but there's just something about a yarn one.
Though. What happens is
You
see
get
the
one.
yeah, and then you go to the store and you're like, hey, this one's kind of cool too.
And
And you're like, ooh, I like this one too. This one's nice. And it's like, oh, I could get that one. Where's that at? You know what I mean? All of a sudden, next thing you know, you got a freaking stack of Amiibos on your floor.
Just more, just keep piling up. I want them, but I have no use for it other than
I don't know if you looked at all of the yarn Yoshis. I think you're missing about 50.
There's only 3.
Nope, there is way more than that.
You're kidding.
Send you this link.
I gotta take a look at this.
Anyways, I'll send you this and you can look in a second. Basically, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's the third photo.
Yeah,
And there's like a little dog or something too.
Oh
like
my
on the
god,
right.
there's one that looks like Shy Guy.
What do you mean?
Is that his
Oh,
name?
Shy Guy is the I think
red?
I think I'm talking about. Yeah.
What? There's a special edition Wii U looking one.
Yeah.
There's a Bowser one, dude. Oh, life is so over. I don't want it. Why'd you show me this? This one that looks like a strawberry.
I just found it.
What is this?
Because I have the game. I pre-ordered the game. Unfortunately, I don't like pre-ordering stuff, but I did.
Unfortunately, you should be excited. What the hell? Dude, look at the second picture.
So I've been trying to find the bundle. Hold on. Second photo. Yeah, no, I don't know what that is.
What is that? It's like a little dog.
Yeah, look on the big photo.
God,
Look at the big photo, bottom right. It's like there's another black and white dog.
Right.
Bottom right of the big photo with all of them in it.
The black Yoshi?
No, so there's like a black and white dog.
No, that's a Yoshi with his like face down.
Yoshi
He's like
laying down. Oh,
Yeah.
that was a dog.
With the big nose, yeah.
Well,
I mean, I guess it's supposed to look like a dog, but.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Oh, this hurts. Why'd you show me this?
So yeah, I was looking at that
maybe
link.
these are just the characters. I don't think
I
these
wanted
are...
to see if I could order the bundle yet, and I couldn't. Because the bundle definitely comes with like one Yarn Yoshi in it. You know?
It has to be the one that's in the picture, the one with the little dog and the.
No, you get the green one. You like click on bundle, and you'll see it just comes with the green one.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But you can't order it yet. Like they put it on Amazon a couple weeks ago, but they haven't. There's like no price for you to like order it. And
my problem with Amiibos right now is I don't have anything that can read them, and I also don't think I want to really open them. So, with what I was saying is that they should include a card with it so that you can scan the card as opposed to scanning the actual Amiibo. Because they do. Well, they do NFC stickers. Then give me a sticker. Put a sticker on the box with the same code that's embedded onto the.
The
like,
problem
NFC
with that is like that
thing.
doesn't stop somebody from buying it, and like so in Amiibo boxes now there's like a silver like aluminum sticker underneath the Amiibo, so you can't just put it next to your controller without opening it. Does that make sense?
That's so dumb.
Because
so they're forcing you to buy two in order.
No,
to
or I mean, what happens if someone like I say I buy it right and I use it, I unlock whatever I unlock, and then I return it. And now whoever buys it can't like unlock that thing anymore because it like writes back to the Amiibo saying like yeah it's unlocked or whatever
it's
or this
already
Amiibo.
Been used.
Yeah. So that kind of taints it. So, I mean I understand why they do that, but that's why I'm asking like why would they or how would they put a sticker or a card on something?
Just give me something, dude. Like I don't know, like something on the receipt. Like go here, register, and
that would be cool.
Send you like a proof of purchase, like submit a proof of purchase, and we'll send you some like an NFC sticker or
no, it'd be like a code or something. Like a code gets printed on your receipt, and then you like input the code on your Wii U or your 3DS or whatever, and then that.
But that defeats the purpose of using the reader. The point is you want to use a reader, so that's what I'm saying.
Now they can save money. They don't need to use a reader anymore. They
Yeah,
can just make figures.
Oh, perfect! Now I don't have to buy the new 3DS.
Yeah.
We've solved it, Nintendo.
Yep, no problem, guys.
You're welcome. Did you get Pac-Man, by the way?
Yeah, I have Pac-Man.
He looks cool. I like him.
Yeah, he's cool.
That's awesome. Wario looks awesome. Man, there's just so many, man. This is one of the greatest ideas ever. And thank you to like Skylanders and what's it called? That other game, Infinity? Disney.
Yeah, something like
whatever.
That, Disney game.
Disney Infinity. Thank you to those two because that is a huge market. I remember Skylanders it's like Spyro Collector's Edition. Like it is insanely popular.
Yeah.
They all look great, man. Dark Pit, like really? Ugh. So
cool.
awesome.
So how many are you buying?
Apparently all of those damn Yoshis you showed me. Like a million Yoshis.
Oh man,
everywhere.
better clear off some shelf space, you know.
No, I don't know, man. I just feel like because I don't have a reader, it's preventing me from going into that, which is fine. But I feel like I'm also missing out on a lot. But then again, I've been so far away from the Wii or Nintendo for a while now. I mean, I guess that's a lie because I play on the 3DS. But just their console stuff, I just don't care. And aren't they selling like a USB reader? Like you could just plug it in and you could use it as on your old console or your old 3DS. I remember something like that.
I guess kind of would make sense. I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyways, so what's up? How you been? I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever.
Yeah, the other day I figured that was actually true, like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Because I was offline for a while, messing with Windows 10, trying to get it installed, and
how's that?
I don't know.
How did Windows 10 go?
The upgrade, or how is it working since it's been upgraded?
Both.
Upgrade was a little rough. So if anyone has a CM Storm spawn mouse, it's not gonna work. Like your Windows upgrade will not work. It's that simple. That simple.
Sure.
Yeah. No, seriously. So if you like, okay. So I'm upgrading Windows 10, right? It downloads, great, everything's going. It does step 1, like whatever that was, I don't remember. Then it restarts your computer and it gets to like the basic screen that says upgrading Windows, step 1 of 3, copying files. Copies all the files, great, no problem. Restarts again to go to step 2. Cool, you know what I mean? The restart, you see Windows 10 logo, you know, and it's like cool. So like the base part is there. Then the next part is installing features and drivers, I think, is step 2. So it would boot from the Windows 10 logo. Before it got to step 2, it would just have a blank screen. And at first I was like, maybe it's doing something, I'll let it go, right? I waited like an hour. I went to play some Xbox 360 while I was waiting for it. Yeah. And I come back and it's still blank, and it's not like my monitor's asleep. You know, sometimes if your computer locks up or whatever, it won't be sending video signal, your monitor just goes to sleep. But it was like my monitor was still saying like, hey, I'm getting video signal, but it's just a blank screen. Like literally that's just what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let me try this again. And so I eventually just, you know, power off my computer, turn it back on, and then it boots up again. It's like, oh, attempting to recover installation. I'm like, cool, you know, maybe it's not complete. Because I was thinking like, hey, this is gonna be completely broke. I got like the biggest fiasco in my hands ever now. You know what I mean? By force powering off my computer while I was installing Windows. So it does that. It says recovering installation. It restarts again, and again I get a blank screen. And I'm like, okay, I'm not waiting an hour this time. I'll give it like 10 minutes. So I wait 10 minutes, and nothing happens. So I turn it off again, turn it back on, and it's like, oh, attempting to recover installation. But then since it already failed basically twice, it gives another thing saying like restoring your previous version of Windows. So it goes back to Windows 7. So I'm like, okay, maybe the download got messed up. Let me download it again, etc., etc. So I download it again, create a new image, upgrade it again. Long story short, because it's already been a long story, but let's you know a little bit more, just so you have an idea of what I did.
What you went through.
Yeah. I like disconnected my second hard drive. I like unplugged everything but my keyboard and mouse. You know, like all other devices. Nothing else was on there. And then like same thing happens again. So I'm like, maybe it's a video card. So or video drivers. You know what I mean? Because you kind of see it flash for a second. It flashes for a second, and then it locks up, or just blank screen. So I'm like, okay, maybe video card drivers. So I get rid of all video card drivers. So it's just like, hey, basic Windows drivers, you know, like this is, can't really go wrong with this. Locks up again. Anyways, I'm doing research, and excuse me, and it seems like everybody with this problem has a Radeon HD whatever card, you know, which I have too. So I'm like, okay, maybe it really is just like my video card. And it's like, I want to get a new one anyway. It's a little old. So maybe I'm just going to buy a new video card. But it's like, you know, this should work anyway. Like, it can't be that broken. It should be a basic driver that this works with, you know? And then I found a post from some guy. He was like, oh, you know, I have this Radeon HD card. I swapped it out for like a GTX, and it had the same problem, this and that. He's like, then I finally unplugged my mouse. And he's like, unplugged my mouse, and I plugged it back in, and it started. And I was like, nah, this guy has been crap. And then a person like down below, and then he wrote what mouse he has. He's like, oh, and then, by the way, I have like a CM Storm Spa mouse. I'm like, oh, that's my mouse.
Like,
and then someone down the way was like, dude, I'm gonna try this. I have the same problem, same mouse. He's like, if I get it right, I'll buy a new beer or whatever for life. Then the guy replies like a couple hours later, he's like, I can't believe it. You know, it actually worked. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this. You know, so. I'm upgrading. It's doing the first step before it even restarts the first time. I unplug my mouse, so there's like no chance of it breaking whatsoever, right? And it restarts. It does the copying files. It restarts again to go to step 2. And at first there was like a brief spot, and I'm so used to seeing a blank screen and like so pessimistic at this point. I'm like, yeah, it's not working. And then all of a sudden it's like, boom, it comes up, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're on step 2. It's working. So it worked, and it's all because of that stupid mouse.
That's funny.
So I don't have it hooked up anymore. I have my old Microsoft IntelliMouse 3.0 hooked up.
Wait, so even if you hooked up the new mouse, now that it's over with the installation, it's not going to work?
People were saying that, like, it would work. Like, it would work once you're in Windows. But if you reboot, it would, like, sometimes it would hang, like, loading the first GUI or whatever. And you have to unplug it again. Or, I think one person said if you updated the firmware on it, it fixed it. But I'm just like, I don't even care. It's just like, I'm done with this. If you're going to break my computer, like, I'm done with it. Or people, or people be like, oh, every third time I start, I have to like power off because it's frozen or something. You know, it's just like no.
Not worth the troubles.
I'm done with it. Yeah. So I have my old IntelliMouse 3.0 hooked up again.
That's funny. I remember a long time ago, like a very long time ago, if I had a USB plugged into the front of the computer and I turned the computer on, it wouldn't start.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember what or why. I was little, but I don't know. That's all I remember. And then it was like a key, which was awesome because then I would pull the key. I would pull the key. I would pull the USB out, and it would start up, no problem. It would like hold it and then pull, and then it would launch everything, and that's it.
Yeah.
It was weird. Anyways.
I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to boot off it for some reason, and I don't know.
No clue.
Yeah.
So I'm actually waiting on Windows 10. I don't know why. Just
there's no reason. You just
there's really no reason. I just don't really care. I figure everything that I have now, it's working. So why?
Well, I mean, that's the good thing about it, though. If you go to Windows 10 and things aren't working, you have a month to go back to Windows 7.
Yeah, so there's definitely time.
It's super simple. You just go like, oh, revert back, and like 10 minutes later, you'll be back. It's that simple.
Yeah, I got the message. It was like, hey, your install or your upgrade is ready. Click here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good for now.
Just do it. Just do it.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Just do it. And like I said, if something doesn't work, you can always go back. It's not that big of a deal.
The only reason I want to do... Well, fuck. I don't know if I can really even talk about it. So, I'll say this. I downloaded... No. I was invited to play a game... Gigantic.
Yeah.
Okay, which is under NDA. Not going to say much about it. All I'm going to say is that they said that if you upgrade a Windows 10, you have to re-download it. And I've been having some issues on the main screen of the game, which, whatever. It's nothing major. But supposedly all of those issues get fixed if you play. And I've been playing on a Windows screen.
Okay.
Which also bothers me because I want full screen, you know?
Every game should be full screen.
Exactly. So because of that, I'm also tempted to go to Windows 10 and kind of do. So you
can't play full screen unless you're on Windows 10. Is that what it is?
So not for everybody. My case, that just seems to be the issue. For some odd reason, I can't. Every time I go on a full screen, how can I put this? The menu gets cut off, if that makes any sense, and my mouse can't. Or rather, no, it's not that the menu gets cut off. So the screen, the image, the main menu, the interface gets stretched past the part where my mouse could reach.
Wow.
So it like hits a wall at one point, and I can't do anything about it. And people have been saying that they're not having that issue on Windows 10. But anyways, whatever. It's not a big deal. I mean, obviously it's just in alpha testing or beta testing. I'm not 100% sure right now.
It comes out pretty soon, right? It's like end of August or something?
No clue.
I think they announced it, didn't they?
Even if they did, I would, or even if it's public, by all means. But even if I did know, I wouldn't be able to say because I'm not sure. But yeah, no, that's the only issue that I'm having with it right now. Other than that, it's a fucking great game. I'll just leave it at that. The fun that was captured the day at PAX East is captured every single time I play that game, and that's saying a lot. That is definitely saying a lot. So yeah, there's that. There's Rocket League, but like I mentioned in the front, I'm gonna leave that for later. What do you got?
Oh, you and I played a game the other day.
That's right. We played Payday 2.
Payday 2, yeah.
And here's something I hate about Payday 2, right? You know, in the main menu, as soon as you launch it, it says press enter to continue or press start on your controller.
Okay.
If you press enter to continue, you can't go back to your controller.
Can't use your controller.
If you press start on your controller, can't go back to the keyboard.
Interesting.
So annoying.
That's weird because usually games let you like swap between the two without doing anything.
Either or. Exactly.
Yeah. It's like Tomb Raider, I use controller, but you know the menu before I pick up my controller, I usually just like click continue or go whatever, and then it's like I pick up my controller and so.
Yeah, so we played Payday 2 for a little bit. Actually, for a lot of it.
Yeah, it was a few hours, I guess.
So I was ready to go to sleep. I was like, I'll play like a quick match because what I remember about Payday 2 is you just go in, you tear shit up, cops come after you, you take them out, and you get away. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And for some odd reason, this mission is like, nope, you have to do it the way it has to be done. Cops don't even show up, and once the timer's over, it's over.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, wait, what
stealth only mission. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that those existed.
I didn't know that either. Yeah.
I didn't know those existed. And here I am coming in hot with like full body armor, like heavy machine guns and fucking deagles.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I had
we had the timer
gun.
counting down, and I'm ready. I'm like gearing up for fight a bunch of cops that are gonna be incoming. 'Cause that's what happens in Payday, And all of a sudden the mission ends, and I was like, you probably heard me. I was like, what? You know what I mean? Like, what just happened? Like, how does this? Why?
The game started, and I'm walking towards the camera, and I'm just like, oh, hey, there's a camera. And Jack's like, dude, there's a camera right there. I'm like, yeah, I know, I see it. And then I forgot that the cameras detect you even if you're not in your mask or anything.
Yeah.
It's like an instant, like, you're very suspicious type scenario. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah, and then they added cars. I've never been in a car in Payday until
That's true.
we played that mission. That was interesting.
Doing car heist, or I don't know the official name of it.
You don't know the name of it?
No, it was car or something. Car shop. I think it was car shop.
Car shop. It might have been that. Yeah. Very fun mission. Very small, like compact mission.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do in just a tiny area. However, very difficult to pull off if you don't know what you're doing, or if you aren't stealthy. Like,
I mean, it's impossible to pull off if you aren't stealthing it.
I wouldn't really go as far as to say that, because you can melee them, but chances are they're gonna it'll be difficult.
Well, I'm
you gotta
saying,
time
like,
shit really well.
Like the timer, if you start the timer though too early, there's no way for you to finish the mission.
That's true too, yeah.
Because on Overkill, I think the timer is 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way. So if I set off the timer right when I start the mission, like there's no way I'm finding the manager, hacking the computer. You know what I mean?
And
like the hack takes,
car.
Yeah, the hack takes like a minute and a half anyway, or 2 minutes anyway. Yeah, and then you got to drive another minute to get to the exit if you do everything right. Ugh. Yeah, the driving is really bad in that game though. It's really bad.
It's not meant for driving, to be fair.
But I mean, they could have tuned it a little bit better.
Like a camera, like change the camera at least, like.
Yeah, or just like so keyboard and mouse. It's like WASD moves, right? So W is go, S is brake, and A and D turn. And then what's it called?
Mouse to turn?
Huh?
Is the mouse to like turn? Like, how does that really work?
The mouse is like look. So it really throws you off, because if you don't keep your look centered, then everything is like a little bit off. It's just off. Like it's really hard to drive. I don't know how to explain it. So yeah, it's a fiasco.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, I hated driving, and I was using a freaking controller, and it was still really hard to drive. Like,
yeah, I thought it'd be easier just because you wouldn't have that look, or the look would be a little bit easier because it'd be on my thumbstick. Right thumbstick. It just still feels weird regardless, because it's first person driving, and I'm not used to that in any game ever. I mean, I could do it, or I should be able to do it. It's just weird. It's just how they have it set up. It's not.
I need that third person driving.
Yeah.
That's how it's done.
Yeah, that would be great if there was third person, but it's not. So we played that. Something cool that you missed because you left a little bit early after we failed like 20 times.
Yeah.
There's a feature or a perk.
Mind you, early is like 2 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. One of them is called camera loop. I never seen anybody have this before. So basically, there's a camera in a hallway or whatever, and you can walk underneath it, or if you,
I guess,
basically you hack it. So in like dope. Movies and stuff, when they like loop it, and it just always shows the same image and you're walking by. That's what you get that for, like, that's probably about 30 seconds or so. So like you go loop it, and then you got 30 seconds to kind of do what you got to do and go through that spot. So it was nice because when we broke the camera, a guard would walk by and see the camera, and like we're all upstairs doing different stuff, and then the guard gets on his radio like, hey, there's a camera broken, da da da, and it's like, oh man, that kills it. So the camera loop, it doesn't do anything negative, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can go on your way. The other cool thing that I actually told you about earlier is you can shoot doors that I didn't know about. So in a car shop, you can just pop. And well, yeah, it's cool. I mean, that's what you would want to do, but the thing I would think is like, oh, it'd be loud or something. You know what I mean? Like people would hear, but no, nobody cared how many doors we shot. So and some guy that joined the game was that's pretty awesome. I don't know what gun he had, but it would only take him one shot to open the door. So he like run up the stairs and be like, boom, and then it's like right through, and then he like boom, 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 boom. He like kills a bunch of people, and he had extra body bags and stuff, and it was just like
he was ready to go. Is what you're telling me.
yeah, he was bossing up.
That guy plays a lot.
Yeah, he's played that mission a few times. And there's something else I want to tell you. I forgot what it was that you missed.
From Payday.
I don't remember what it was now. I'll probably remember in a second.
That's a fun game, man.
Yeah,
Definitely
it's cool.
missed that.
It's
Definitely
cool.
missed that.
I mean, shouts out to Overkill, man. They have supported that game.
That's
like crazy.
true.
There's so many things in that game.
I played that game. Like I said, I played that game for the first time since launch, kind of basically, you know, and it all different, you know.
Yeah, there's always updates. It feels like every week. But I mean, I don't launch the game very often, and I launched it, and there's all these missions. There's like all these extra stuff in there. It's just crazy. I paid. What did we pay for the game? Like $40 because we bought the criminal edition.
We bought the expanded edition. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was $40, and the normal one's $20 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's been on sale for $5 or $7. I mean, that game is easily worth like $150 probably with all the stuff they've
With
added
all
to
the
it.
DLC.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is like not
And
paid for
updates.
DLC.
Yeah.
Like a lot is too. Don't get me wrong, but there's also a handful that's like
Was
anybody can
included
play.
for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. So one thing that I noticed when we were playing is I kept finding these like little boxes.
Yeah, I never saw any of them. I don't know. Where
I
you
don't
found
even
these
know
things at.
what they're for, to be honest with you. But I'm just literally walking and I see a box. I just walk up to it because it's like, you know how when you notice like that's what I like what Overkill did. It's just a subtle color scheme that they use on everything. And here's this one item that's using a completely different color scheme. Picture like you're just walking around in Payday, right? And you see something that looks like Splatoon colors.
Oh yeah.
It just doesn't fit in.
No.
You know, so I walk up to it like normal, and I'm like, "Hey, cool, what's this?" And it just says interaction or whatever. You know, so you just walk up to it, hold the button, it says you collected blah blah blah, and I'm like, what is this? I don't even know what it is.
I don't know.
No clue.
Somebody on one of our runs picked up like 3 things. I don't know where they picked them up at or where they found them. Or
I found a lot of them underneath staircases.
Okay, I didn't even look, and if I saw them, I didn't realize what I saw, and I didn't pick it up.
All right, maybe this Splatoon thing was a little exaggerated, but it's along those lines, and that's the only reason why I found them, because it's subtle, but it's there, you know.
Okay, I just wasn't paying attention. I guess I was always looking at.
You're just in the mission.
Yeah, trying not.
You're
to
in the
get caught.
mission. I'm just like, oh, what's this? Button. Press.
But yeah, I don't know what they do either. But that's another example. I think was the point of Overkill adding extra stuff to the game that wasn't in there.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
What else have you been playing?
I've been playing Dust.
An Elysian Tale?
Yeah. Or what's the proper way to say it? It's not Elysian, right? It's like Elysian or something like that.
I don't know. No clue.
It's something weird like that, I think.
I say it how I want to say it because I'm an individual.
Yeah. Well, I like Elysian. To me, Elysian makes sense, but I don't think that's right. Anyways, yeah, I've been playing some of that, or I guess quite a bit of that, maybe a few hours.
Like close to done?
No, you would think so, right? It's an arcade title.
Yeah.
You would think it's like a 6-hour game or something. No, I think I have like 18% done.
Oh,
It's
wow.
ridiculous. Yeah, it's a pretty big game, and I don't know. It's a lot of work. I mean, it's fun, but it's a lot of work. I don't know how to explain it, and I get lost sometimes doing it, and sometimes I have no clue what I'm supposed to be doing. It's just like I don't know.
Main story should take you 10 hours to beat.
Well, I don't know
If you
what
complete everything, 17 hours.
it's probably taking me longer than that. I don't know.
If you're doing everything.
Yeah, I'm not doing everything, that's for sure. Because there's so many. Okay, so it's like you go to an area. The thing I don't like about the game is that you go to an area and there's a special area, right? So I'm in some world. They have like different worlds, I guess you can call them, even though it's the same like world, but different. Okay, different. How about different cities instead of a different world?
Yeah.
So you go to like a city, and there's a chest or some other area or something that you like can't get to. You just can't get to it. You know what I mean? So you like try to do things. You're like looking around, and then you just like eventually skip it. You're like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go play the game. And at some point, you find this colored stone, and then you're like, oh, so that's what I needed to open that thing. You know what I mean? And then you realize like all these other things you're doing also require different color stones, and it's just like, so it's kind of like go through the game, collect all these silly stones, and then, what's it called? And then go back through the game, and collect more silly stones. So, like, or like pick up all the stuff that you missed. So I'm not really about that. Not really about that life.
Not about the completionist life.
No, I'm not really about that life. So.
Yeah, that's weird for a not weird, but good for a arcade title.
I guess. I mean, like some of the game is just confusing, so it's hard to say. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird.
Because I played Bastion, and Bastion was also a what's it called? An arcade title, and that felt like a really long game. I mean,
right, but I think Bastion's different. Like, you couldn't really get lost or anything in that game. You know what I mean?
That's true, yeah.
So this one, it's like, I like the idea, and I see where the developer was going with it. I don't even know who developed this game, but whoever did, I see where they're going with it. It just feels like they might have ran out of time to really polish it. I mean, it's polished. It's a great game, where like there's nothing really wrong with it. But it's just like, you have a quest, and it's like you want to get more info about it or something. And it's like, if I forgot what that person said, I'm kind of stuck. There's really no way to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of the information is a little vague on what to do and where to go, and I'm just kind of like, okay, then it's not gonna do this quest then. You know.
Moving on.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just feels like they might have ran out of time, or maybe they didn't, and I don't know. So.
This site is weird. So I don't know if you've ever been to howlongtobeat.com.
I have, but I don't use it very often, so
I don't use it often, but I was just curious to see how long it would take for you to beat Dust and Elysian Tale, and. I'm looking at, so I put in they updated it. If you add your Steam username to it now, it takes your library and it tells you how long to beat everything that's in your backlog or in your catalog.
I remember that. Yeah,
pretty awesome.
Looked at that. Yeah.
And one of the games stood out here quite a bit. It's Awesome Knots. 78 hours and 49 minutes.
It's how much time you've played, or how much
that's
time?
That's how long it. That's what this supposedly says it takes.
But I mean, there's really like no end to. Awesome.
There's no end. However, there's I don't know what they're judging it on. Is what I'm trying to get at. Then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. There's no real end.
Because there's no real main story.
Maybe they're judging it like for people to complete all the achievements. Maybe they're saying like everyone who's completed or has 100%, they got 100% around 78 hours. You know what I mean?
It says completionist, like 100% everything, main story and like extras, 500 hours. Like I don't know. That's a lot.
I mean, you've played games for that much, but a lot of time.
That's crazy. I don't
know.
know.
Way more than that.
I don't know how accurate that is. Batman Arkham City Game of the Year Edition, 20 hours.
Yeah.
Borderlands pre-sequel, 23 hours. Like, this is crazy.
What, dude? Raptor. So, here you go.
Raptor is a thing of the past.
So you've done Call of Duty Black Ops 2. You put 400 hours on that.
Yeah, I'm real proud of those. Real proud of those.
Gears of War 3, you've done 285. League
Payday
of Legends,
2, 109
182.
hours? How?
I don't know.
This is weird. I'm interested in what's going on here. Anyways, yeah, no, Dust has always been one of those games that I've always wanted to play, and it's just always on the back burner. Always on the back burner. Like, I had a choice a while ago. I think it was last year when I did 4 for February, when you beat 4 games from your library, your backlog. And it was a toss-up between Dust and I believe it was Mark of the Ninja. And I ended up playing Mark of the Ninja instead, and I fucking loved it. That was really an interesting experience. So, no, yeah, it's always been one of those games that I've always wanted to play.
Hey, it's okay. Nothing wrong with it. You should play it at some point if you want to play it.
Eventually.
The good thing about it is you could play, like, you know, sometimes if you start a game and you get like a quarter of the way through it, then you stop and play something else, or just don't play anything for a while and then try to go back. You kind of takes you a second to get back into it.
Yeah.
So I noticed that with Tomb Raider, like if I don't play Tomb Raider or I know I played, I don't know, 10-15%, and then I kind of didn't play for a month or so. Then I went back to play a couple weeks ago, and it took me a second to remember all the stuff that they teach you throughout the game.
Yeah.
The good thing about Dust is that you don't have that. It's like you can stop playing for 6 months and come back and kind of pick up right where you left off.
You know exactly. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I like
you
that.
press X, and you press A, and you press Y,
Done.
and you press B. I mean, really, there's no like switching things, or you know what I mean. It's pretty. All the controls are pretty straightforward. So it's like there are some monsters, you kill the monsters, you go kill more monsters, and you upgrade your stuff. It's all, you know. There's no like hopping back on the bicycle and trying to figure it out again. You just get in and go type thing. So that should be, you know, some motivation for you to at least maybe start it, even if you only have an hour. The first like couple hours of the game though are pretty boring. Maybe the first hour. There's a lot of talking, like you're, because you don't know who you are. You're trying to figure stuff out. So you're talking to like villagers and all this other stuff. But then after you're done with that, it's all action. Like I haven't talked to somebody probably for 4 hours. It's just kind of like, you know, just monsters and new monsters, and I'm sure there's like dialogue and stuff, but it's with like it's part of the story at that point. It's not just you walking around talking to people
Trying to get,
yeah.
That's
It's
cool.
like, yeah. So you should just fire it up, start it. Why not? You know, try to get through the talking part, and then you're good to go.
It's just hard. There's like it's right there with like Rocket League, and I just gotta hit Rocket League all the time.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's simple. Just start it. Just start. Just open it. Let it go.
No, eventually, because so here's the thing. You just mentioned something that really got to me, was where you can just like no matter when you pick it up, you can continue off of it.
Yeah.
I started, or rather, this is like during launch for A Link Between Worlds, Zelda on the 3DS. Started it, played it maybe like 4 days straight, and then I stopped playing it, and then played it again the next day, and then stopped playing it, and then slowly just faded away from it, you know?
Yeah.
If I pick that up, I'm lost.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's a game that I want to beat because it's so awesome. Like I feel like a complete asshole that I haven't beat it yet because it's been out for a while, and it's actually one of the main reasons I ended up even getting a 3DS to begin with. So, yeah, no, I want to go back, and I want to take care of that before I start off on something else that's time consuming. And I say that that's progressive, like story wise. I say that because I'm gonna play Rocket League till I don't know when. That game is just so fucking addicting. You play one and you're like, I gotta play another, man. I gotta play another match. Like it's just right. But no, yeah, I've been playing a lot of that. And then you're probably I don't know how you're gonna feel about the other 2 games that I've been playing. Well, you're probably gonna hate them because they're mobile games.
Yeah.
So the first one, I'm just gonna toss it out there real quick. It's called Heaven Strike.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Clash of Clans.
Oh fuck that! That would not be good.
Or maybe like Boom Beach or something. You know.
I'm good. No, so Heaven Strike. It's by Square Enix. It has all of these characters, or like that same art style of like a Final Fantasy or something of that nature. And the only reason why it attracted me, well, first off, it was free, so I was like, hey, why not? But those are the most dangerous games.
Right.
The free
They're not
ones.
really free.
And the only reason it attracted me was because it had a grid. Like, I don't know if you ever played Mega Man Battle Network.
No, never played it.
Do you remember those games on mobile? It was like a 3x3 like grid. And you had your character there, and you would like place cards and kind of go between back and forth, like on each grid in order to attack and things like that. No,
anything with cards, I probably know nothing about.
So it's really hard to explain, but so this game, it's the same. It has the same premise, but you just have to like keep buying cards, and that's why I'm like, I'm kind of good. Like, you unlock them by just naturally playing, but I see where it becomes an issue down the line, you know.
Yeah,
I get it. So then I was like, all right, like I'll play it maybe for a little bit just to kind of get the hang of it. It's interesting. It's like I don't want to say a rock paper scissors because it's a lot more like there's a lot more to it. but you place a dude on your side of the grid, and they, you know, you end your turn. Each time your turn comes up, you get more power, so you're able to put down like 2 units instead of just 1 this time. You know.
Yeah.
So it advances that way, and then you play it, and then your enemy's turn. It's like turn based like that. But it's really quick. You're not really waiting much. And then some of the units, it's like you have a guy with a gun and like a sharpshooter, for example, and he can shoot like, you know, maybe 3 blocks down the line. So you kind of place, you know, you strategically place it, because whatever line you're on, that's like, you can move between lines, but whatever line you're on, that's the only line you're going to be able to attack. If that makes any sense. So, you know, there's units with shields on them, and then units that if you attack, they taunt the other player, so they skip a turn, and you know, it's like all this like back and forth, like timing and all this. And then you have your main hero at the end of the grid, who has health points, very similar to a like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone, where they have like health, like your main character, you know. So a bunch of that. It's been interesting, but I see where it's going, and I'm probably gonna uninstall real quick. Before it gets to that point and I get really angry at it, because right now I really like it. It reminds me a lot of Mega Man Battle Network, and that's actually like one of my favorite games ever. On, I think it was Game Boy Advance. I'm not sure. I think it was Game Boy Advance. And then the other one that I started actually around the same time was Angry Birds 2.
Why?
I don't know why. I loved Angry Birds, the first one.
There's 100 of them. What do you mean the first one? This is like Angry Birds number 300.
Well, what I'm telling you is I loved Angry Birds, the first one. I didn't play like Rio or any of the other like bullshit iterations in between. The Star Wars one, I didn't bother with any. None of those. I'm sure they were great. I'm sure people love those, but I played the first one. I never beat it. I played maybe like a couple levels. I was like, all right, I get it. It's cool, And then you challenge friends, or friends challenge you, whatever which way, and you just try to beat their high scores, or you get to a level that they haven't gotten to, and whatever, right?
Right.
So I decided to get the second one just because, once again, it was free. It was like on my main screen. It was like popular downloads today, and I was like, oh, cool. There's a new Angry Birds, and it's Angry Birds 2. And it got me thinking, like, haven't there been like a shit ton of other Angry Birds like in between? But I guess this is like their like own standalone like version of it without Star Wars or that Rio movie. Like it's theirs.
Yeah.
And as it's okay. It's more of the same, kind of hard to change.
Right. Birds that are angry.
Pigs, green pigs at that.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, no, do you play? Of course, you play the first one, right?
Yeah, for like a minute.
Do you remember the red bird?
Not really.
The main bird that you launch.
I mean, on the logo. Yeah, okay.
So I remember the main bird not having a superpower on the first one. Like, the blue ones, if you tap it, they split into 3 and they hit ice and they break ice easily.
Honestly, I played maybe like 2 levels of it.
Wow, you really didn't play Angry Birds. You must be the only person in the world that has never played Angry Birds.
I played 2 levels of it. I played it.
It doesn't count.
But I was like, this is stupid. I don't really care about this.
Doesn't count. Birds are stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess they gave the red bird a superpower that like blows wind like in front of him or something, and I'm like, oh man, that's interesting, because normally he was just a brute. You would just launch him into a thing, and that was that,
Yeah.
And this time around, he has that power, and I was like, huh, interesting. And the game now, if you're not, this is how bullshit like freemium games are. If you're not online, you can't play the game.
Really?
It just straight up kicks you off.
Interesting. I wonder why they do that.
Because of their ads, because of their like shop, because they don't want you to like hack their game if it's like a hacked version of it, for example. They want a constant connection to their servers so that they know that you're playing the game legitimately and not fucking with them.
People probably don't even realize though either, because you're basically always connected.
Yeah.
You know, on their phone. So.
And so now when you play this game and you run out of birds now. And I guess the only way to get new birds is to cause enough damage to fill this like new bar that's in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And once you fill that bar, you get a new card, and then you can use that as an attack if you don't clear the level. Now, I personally think that's a complete bullshit way to go about doing the game. And there's no retry button, dude. That pissed me off as well. So, yeah, I know, the game is really annoying. And, yeah, I'd rather play Heaven Strike. Even though that one's going to get annoying as well.
So what happens?
Honestly, the only mobile game that's been good...
How do you do it over?
You have to start, like, the entire thing over.
Is that how you always do it, though?
No. Like, before, you just hit pause and then restart. You can't do that anymore.
So what's the difference between starting... What do you mean?
Exactly.
I don't get the difference, is what I'm saying.
If you fail the level, you fail the level, and you have to go back in and, like, do it.
The level. The same level.
So, okay, here's the thing. Each level now has two, like, it's 1-1 and 1-2.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So
it's not like before. It used to be one level, and the birds that you do from 1-1 carry over to 1-2.
Okay.
So if you run out of birds on 1-2, you can't reset because I guess it doesn't know what you started off with in 1-2.
Okay,
I don't know. Yeah. Don't know. Don't care. Fuck that game.
So if there's 5 pieces of a level, like 1-1 through 1-5, and you're on 1-4, you have to go back to 1-1. You can't start at 1-4.
Yes, because you ran out of birds.
Okay.
Unless you buy, like, freemium pack. You pay, like, 50 crystals and you get 3 cards. Or 3 more birds.
Yeah. Stupid.
Yeah, bullshit. I'm over it. Hate that game.
I'd be over it, too.
So, yeah, that's all I got.
Cool.
You good?
I don't think I have anything else.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to DRULcast.
It's been a while.
108. Yeah, it has been.
Is this 109?
109. Sorry. Is it?
Yeah.
Did I fuck up again? I did.
Yeah, you said 108.
I'm at True Oz.
At JSpin, at Show 220.
I didn't do that at the beginning. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. Yeah, thanks for listening. Play 2 Drool. Catch you guys next week, hopefully with a couple of special guests. I'm hoping. Actually, whatever. We'll talk about this off air because I think you're not gonna be here.
Yeah, I won't be here
next week. Okay. So we got to figure something out. Anyways, we'll talk about that off air later.